Hey everyone, good to see you all again. Today's DIY is going to start with this over-the-door rack from Dollar Tree. And if you want to hang this dog valet over your door, you're more than welcome to. I, however, want to hang it on the wall. So I just want to break off the part of the rack that would hang over the door. So for the first one, I took my pliers and I tried to cut it, and it was flexible but more difficult to cut. So I ended up just kind of going back and forth with it, and eventually it just snapped right off. I did feel the edge to see if there were any sharp edges, and there were not. So for the second one, I just kind of went along and did the same method. It was really, really easy, guys. You really don't even need the pliers for this. You can just bend it at the point where you want it to break back and forth, and it will break off. As far as I know, these over-the-door racks only come in white, and I needed it to be a darker color to go with the theme. So I'm going to take the same spray paint that I used for a previous project. It is the Rust-Oleum in Antique Pewter, and it has the forged hammer effect, and I'm going to give that a spray. And while that dries, I'm going to take this sign that comes from Dollar Tree. It does have the writing on the back. And this is a stainless steel ruler, also from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to glue it down on the middle of the sign. So to do that, I'm going to use my E6000 glue. And I only used the E6000. I didn't use any hot glue for this. I know it's a tip that you can use hot glue in E6000, but hot glue tends to dry faster, and it can leave a gap in between, and I want this to be as flat to the surface as possible, and I don't really need it to adhere immediately, so I'm fine just using the E6000. I did put this a little bit off center because I have plans for that little extra space at the end. So I'm just trying to adjust it so it's not so off center. I do want it to be off center, but not as off center as it was. And for the hole in the ruler, I decided to cover it up with jute twine. And I did get this twine from the Dollar Tree. And this I am going to adhere to the sign with hot glue. These signs, I thought before I actually saw them in the store, I thought would be like the same signs I made my Dollar Tree ladder with. However, these are thicker and they do not have the pre-drilled hangers in the back. They're just like an MDF block. So I'm just going to go ahead and wrap the end with the jute twine to cover up the hole and also to cover up the end of the ruler. I don't want you to be able to see if it's a square edge or a round edge. I just want it to kind of end inside of the jute twine. And of course, I'll have to do the same thing for the other side. Now off camera, I did use the little crock lighter. It's the little one that you can find next to the registers at Dollar Tree. And I did burn off the extra little flyaways on the twine. And you do want to be careful when you do that. I have had projects like fully catch fire. The twine would catch fire, so you do want to be super careful while you're doing that. Don't hold the flame in one place for too long. And so this is what we have so far. And now our rack has dried. This is what it looks like. And I just want to use some E6000 as well as hot glue to glue the sign onto the rack, just like that. And it is a perfect fit. You don't have to cut anything. It's just a great fit right out of the box. So I'm going to put the E6000 and the hot glue on the raised part right there. Not on that part, but on the raised part, those two parts right there. If you try to put it on the part that the hook, that forms the hook, it won't have contact with the sign at all. So you want to put it on the raised part there. And I do use mostly hot glue. I do use mostly E6000 and only hot glue in a couple of places for the immediate hold. And then I place objects on top of it to hold it down, to weigh it down, to allow it to cure. And I did let it cure for a couple of hours before I moved on with the rest of it. So just some crafting tools and some candles I put on top. So I'm going to set that aside, allow it to cure. So while that sets up, I'm going to take some more of these hooks from the Dollar Tree, and I gave them as the same coat of spray, the same spray paint, the Rust-Oleum forged hammer and antique pewter. You can use as many of these hooks as you would like to. These are some magnets that I picked up from Walmart. I used these in a previous project, I believe my dishwasher sign. I used these. And these hooks do have an adhesive back. The magnets also have an adhesive back. So I chose to use the adhesive on the back of the magnets. I just peel that off and stick it into the center of the hooks. And there you go. There's our magnetic hook. And I'm going to do the same thing for the remaining 3 hooks. So I decide to add a little extra something. This is completely optional. I'm taking the wood letters from Dollar Tree and spelling out the names of my 2 fur babies. This is a pet bandana from Dollar Tree in the buffalo check. This is a cotton bandana, really nice quality. And what I'm going to do is use something that I haven't used before. I'm going to give this a try. This is the spray adhesive that Dollar Tree sells. And it says that it works on wood. So I'm going to try and adhere the letters to this buffalo check pet bandana. I have to tell you that I think I was either too impatient or I didn't do it right. I'm not sure. Maybe I used too much. I did saturate it pretty well using this spray adhesive, but it didn't completely work the way that I wanted it to. I'm going to place the letters down backwards because I do want the buffalo check to show up on the other side, the correct side of the letters. So that's why their name is going down backwards. I kind of thought it would have more of an immediate hold, and I started to test the letters out to see if they were adhering to the bandana, and they were still lifting. So I waited a while and they were still lifting, so I just decided to add a little bit of hot glue to each letter to help it stay stuck or glued to the bandana. But I was a little cautious about that. I didn't want there to be any bumps or lumpiness between the letters and the bandana. So when I did hot glue it down, I did make sure to press it down so that the glue would kind of flatten out. And I did do that with both of their names. So now I want to cut that out, just the rectangle where their names are. And now I'm going to cut out their individual names and then the individual letters in their names. So letter by letter, I am going to cover the letters with the bandana until they look like that. So there are our magnetic hooks. You can move those around as you want to. You can put them on, you can take them off, whatever you want to do with them. This is one of the Sharpie oil paint pens that I picked up from Target in the craft section. And I just want to practice the little paw print that I want to draw on the end. I did Google paw prints and saw different kinds. And I picked the one that looked more like my dog's actual paw prints. Fair warning, I am no artist. This is completely freehand. If you wanted to print out a template and trace over it, you could absolutely do that. I'm sure you can find a stencil for that as well. But since the overall look of this dog valet is kind of rustic, I was okay with freehanding the drawing. It didn't turn out picture perfect, but I like it anyway. Well, in the middle there, I just want to put like a little and sign in between their names. And then on the other end, I'm just going to write the word woof with an exclamation point. And with that, our sign is done. What do you guys think of this super simple project? I think it's a great way to use this rack. If you don't want to put the names there to have a more sleek look, you could absolutely just leave the names off. You could even use this for like coffee mugs or anything that you want to hang up, scarves, your family's keys. And as you can see, you can use the magnetic hooks to put notes to yourself. Whatever it is you want to use this dog valet for. It's time to announce the winner, guys, of our 5K giveaway, and it is LENA Templeton. Congratulations, LENA. You are the winner of our 5K giveaway. So Lena, please contact me at the email below. I'll put my email address in the description box. Please send me an email within 14 days from the day this video is uploaded to claim your Google Home Mini. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. It's always great to see you here. I want to thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I will see you all in my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.